The South China Sea has always been a dynamic crossroads of history, trade, and cultural exchange. But in recent decades, it has also become a flashpoint for intense geopolitical rivalry. At the center of this ongoing dispute lies Bajo de Masinloc, better known internationally as Scarborough Shoal, a triangle-shaped cluster of rocks and reefs. Situated approximately 120 nautical miles off the coast of Zambales province in the Philippines, it falls well within the country's exclusive economic zone, as established by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, commonly known as UNCLOS. Yet despite these clear parameters, Bajo de Masinloc remains fiercely contested. It symbolizes the broader struggle for maritime rights in the South China Sea, where multiple nations, including China, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Malaysia, have staked overlapping claims. For the Philippines, the shoal is not just a strategic outpost or a fishing ground. It is a test of national sovereignty, livelihood, and international law. On December 11, 2024, the Philippines took its case to one of the highest stages of global diplomacy, the United Nations General Assembly. Standing before representatives of the world's nations, Philippine Permanent Representative to the UN, Ambassador Antonio Lagdamio, delivered a forceful and uncompromising statement. He emphasized that Bajo de Masinloc has always been an integral part of the territory of the Philippines. These words were not chosen lightly. They came in direct response to Beijing's recent move to declare baselines around the shoal, a step Manila believes blatantly violates UNCLOS and undermines the rules-based international order that so many countries rely upon for peace and stability. Ambassador Lagdamio's address followed years of legal and diplomatic battles, including the landmark 2016 arbitral ruling at The Hague. That ruling invalidated China's sweeping 9-line claim and reaffirmed the Philippines' rights over areas within its exclusive economic zone, including Bajo de Masinloc. China, however, has consistently refused to recognize the ruling. Its narrative relies heavily on historical arguments, insisting that Chinese fishermen and navigators have plied these waters for centuries. Although long-standing usage can sometimes influence maritime claims, the arbitral tribunal found no legal basis for China's assertions, noting that such expansive interpretations of historic rights are incompatible with UNCLOS. For many Filipinos, particularly those living in coastal communities, Bajo de Masinloc is more than an abstract point on a map. It has served as a valuable fishing ground for generations, a place where families earn their living and pass down skills and traditions. In recent years, though, Filipino fishermen have reported harassment and intimidation by Chinese vessels. Encounters with China's Coast Guard have often escalated, at times resulting in confrontations that leave local fishers feeling threatened and vulnerable. Protecting the shoal is, for the Philippines, as much about safeguarding human livelihoods and well-being as it is about asserting legal entitlements. The strategic value of the South China Sea cannot be overstated. Each year, more than $3 trillion worth of goods move through these waters, making them a vital artery of global commerce. Control over resource-rich areas, such as oil and gas fields beneath the seabed, carries significant economic weight. In this high-stakes environment, gaining political leverage over disputed territories can yield long-term benefits in energy security, trade routes, and military positioning. It is no surprise that, despite intense diplomatic efforts, tensions have continued to simmer. During the UNGA session, the Philippines called for strict adherence to UNCLOS, urging China to respect the established legal framework that governs maritime activities worldwide. Philippine officials have pointed out that drawing straight baselines around Bajo de Masinloc is both illegal and factually unsupportable. UNCLOS allows straight baselines only in specific circumstances, such as deeply indented coastlines or fringe islands close to a state's shores. None of these conditions apply to China's claims at Scarborough Shoal. As the Philippine representative put it, it is not surprising for China to make a gross distortion of UNCLOS when, in disregard of UNCLOS, it even falsely asserts a right to draw archipelagic baselines, even though it is not an archipelagic state. Manila's legal arguments have been bolstered by recent Philippine legislation, including the Philippine Maritime Zones Act and the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act. These laws align the nation's domestic legal framework with UNCLOS, reinforcing the Philippine stance and clarifying its sovereignty over territorial seas and EEZs. Taken together, these measures are a testament to the country's resolve to defend its rights through legal and peaceful means rather than brute force. Historical and cultural references also enrich the significance of Bajo de Masinloc. Scarborough Shoal earned its English name from the British tea ship Scarborough, which ran aground there in the 18th century. Its treacherous shallow waters and triangular shape have long been a navigational hazard. Centuries of maritime encounters have forged a layered history, turning the shoal into a maritime landmark that now doubles as an enduring symbol of sovereignty and national pride. Beyond economic and geopolitical considerations, Bajo de Masinloc sits at the heart of one of the world's most biodiverse marine regions. The South China Sea's coral reefs, seagrass beds, and fisheries support more than 3,000 species of marine life. This wealth of biodiversity not only sustains local communities, but also ensures ecological resilience that extends far beyond these shores. Conserving these environments is about safeguarding future generations' ability to thrive in tandem with the natural world. As the Philippines stands firm at the United Nations, the entire global community watches with keen interest. The outcome of this dispute will shape not only the Philippines' future maritime boundaries, but also set a critical precedent for how such disputes are managed. Manila's unwavering commitment to a rules-based international order and its refusal to be coerced into submission serve as a powerful reminder. Small states can defend their rights against larger powers through diplomacy, the rule of law, and international support. In the months and years ahead, the Philippines will likely employ multiple strategies, continuing legal and diplomatic engagement, strengthening alliances, and reinforcing maritime defense capabilities. While these measures will require time, resources, and political will, they are essential steps toward ensuring the nation's sovereignty, the security of its people, and the health of the marine environment that sustains them. In many ways, Bajo de Masinloc represents a microcosm of the modern world's challenges. It stands at the intersection of history, law, economics, ecology, and national identity. As the Philippines navigates these troubled waters, its actions and the global response will shape not just the fate of one contested shoal, but also the broader narrative of sovereignty, justice, and cooperation in the world's oceans. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this valuable, please show your appreciation by giving a thumbs up and subscribing to OHA News Asia, your trusted source for knowledge always at your fingertips.